Hi everybody. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about. Actually, I'm gonna introduce you to the Samsung mouse, and I'm gonna talk about one of the new mouses that comes about zero these days, and this is gonna be actually one of the best materials to use if you are using the Samsung, pads or Samsung phones. So that's gonna actually be a useful category to connect with your device and use it. And because it's gonna be matched well with your device, and that's gonna good, comprehensive, competitive product to use that gonna make you no need to other products actually anymore. So today, actually, what we are gonna talk about is exactly the same mouse. Like I'm gonna say today, that what I'm gonna actually show you is something that not also necessary for your home, but also you can use it in your office. You can use it in your some other places, like for example, uh, when you are doing some tasks in some coffee shops or some public places that you are sensitive to your information, what you're doing, or maybe you are not still um, very matched with the uh, touchpads on your laptop. So this one actually can help you to do the things more easy, better than before, and uh, especially for people who are get used to do the mouses and kind of thing. So some people are technically uh, gotten used to uh, the mouse or some maybe traditional technologies, and they are not ready to use the touchpad on laptops. For example, some people have some pain in their hand area, so that cannot be uh, actually moved very easily on the touchpad. And this mouse actually can help you do it better. And yeah, so that's actually what I'm gonna talk about uh, with you today, guys. And um, I don't know how much time we're gonna have. I mean, like from now on, I'm gonna just talk about this about just maybe 30 minutes, and you're and you guys, I gotta take say the model, say you the actually information that you need actually to be you need to buy this, and so now you see the picture. So exactly, you have to remember that you have to order the same model. Actually, it's about maybe 24,000, and it's one of the actually cheapest one, but with the highest quality at the same time. You're actually talking about cheap things. Some people are gonna think that, for example, the quality is not uh, as well as some products which are on the market. For example, some uh, special brands, like for example, I know some expensive brands like Mighty Mouse and this kind of things. But this one is from a very, very, very trusted brand, Samsung, and it's actually uh, better than others, and so you can use it in your daily life without any actually being worried about um, uh, I don't know, get distracted or I don't know, interrupt you while you're working. So you can trust it and make it better for you to work. And so I'm gonna talk about that. What kind of um, what kind of actually functions this phone have. One of the very most important things to the functions here is the Bluetooth. Like the Bluetooth actually changed these functions from very last years to nowadays. So we're not actually using the Bluetooth anymore for transfer files because it takes much more time. But the Bluetooth item is still in your phone and laptop and other, for example, devices. And what's the point? Is for transforming the data and information which are very, very, very small. So, for example, transferring some kind of kilobyte information which are actually uh, it contains, like, for example, some boxes of information which were containing some like kilobytes of information to the Bluetooth is very fast and good way to connect your devices. Not only the mouse, not only the actually not only the mouse and not only for example the phone, anything that you have in your house so you can connect it with your actually with your abilities, and then you can actually decide what's going to happen through. So today I'm just showing you that uh, how this mouse is working, or how you have to connect it to your computer, and how, for example, you can use it better. Like, for example, some people know think that, for example, when you're talking about mouses, so the mouse should be just connected to the computer and it's done. But both his mouses actually have a very special function and very special use, which is they can be used for the smart TVs. You can connect them to smart TVs and use the mouse instead of a controller, because the controller is very difficult to use. So you cannot actually uh, uh, you cannot because the control is in on the controller. We have like four buttons for changing the mouse indicator, like from west to east, east to west, north to south, south to north. Only these ones. And for example, if you want to change it in your for example, when they are going in straight way, not, for example, in a way that you want. But if, for example, if you want to make a change based on what you're thinking, so actually what you have to use is, for example, what you have to use is actually uh, is actually what you have to use is actually the mouse, because, for example, you can change, for example, you can actually use the mouse based on, for example, uh, on the direction that you want. And is very easy to control. Is it can actually connect with Bluetooth or actually with USB. So I will tell you and how on live. So and then we're gonna continue the explanation about these mouse. Anyway, um, as you're seeing on the actually on the picture here, because I uploaded a picture there, so you can actually try to connect with the actually with this one very easy. So yes, this is actually the mouse that I'm gonna explain you now. Um, when we are actually talking about this is actually very easy to use. Like the button actually, yes, there is a battery here and there is an USB connector here, and that's the point because uh, the just some AA battery on, and then after that you have to actually use it like, for example, that um, you can connect it with the Bluetooth, so then connect it with the USB, so both can actually be applied to your devices. It depends on the device that you are using. For example, like if you are using the device which is not supporting the Bluetooth port, then you don't have any options except, for example, the USB connection. Or for example, if you are using a device which doesn't have the USB ports on your device, or there you cannot install, for example, the USB actually software to connect the USB mouse, and that device cannot actually recognize your device uh, as a mouse, because some devices, some USB ports are just designed for receiving and uploading some data. Like for example, for recording some information from your TV, or for example, seeing some movies and using some music from your USB driver. But for example, if for example, you want to connect your mouse, you have to make sure that that kind of TV is uh, comparable with the USB that you are using in your device. And here was just about how to connect it, but the computer made all of them are be able to connect, and also your phone, tablet pads, or even your MacBook, so can support this one. And also, uh, there is a button here, which is actually on the actually there is a button here. So on the picture, uh, there is a button. Actually, I don't know if you can see it or not. Uh, Maybe you cannot see it, but yes. Yes, you have to zoom on it so you can see what I'm talking about. There is a blue button exactly in the center of the picture that I uploaded on the top. So with that button, when you actually push it for some seconds, like for example 10 or more seconds, so uh, that's gonna be connected automatically. And for example, when you just push it for 1 second or for a moment, and then just let it away. So that's just gonna be a switch and work as a switch between the USB connection and the um, you build USB connection and the Bluetooth connection. So, but for the Bluetooth connection, you have to remember that you have to um, when you want to add it to a new device, so you have to just push the button for some uh, seconds more. Yes, like for example, for maybe like 5 or 6, but maybe 10 is okay for that because it's gonna be okay. Okay, and connected well. Okay, and um, so then know now so that I'm gonna just talk about so this now what I talked about was just this mouse and the information which are actually um, is coming from the functions and these kind of things. But I know that still many of you are curious about, for example, how are the buttons for the left button, the right button, or I don't know, the central actually buttons, or how they're working, are they smooth or not? Because I will tell you all of that. So anyway, we are not actually going to be very fast in that. So the mm, the buttons left and right are actually um, very uh, yes, they are actually so smooth, and uh, they are when you actually push the button, so you cannot even understand, even actually how can I say, feel anyone under your finger. That's that much um, um, smooth and soft. And there is a button in the middle of the button. So if you have a mouse, for example, there's a button always here, which is using actually for going top of the page or down the page and change the PDF files, or I don't know, change the videos on the windows, so you can use all of them. And there is also beside the buttons, there are two buttons next to the mouse, one, two, and these two buttons are for example, when you are on the web page user can actually with these buttons change to the next page that you visited, or change to the next page. So that's why these buttons are designed for this new mouse. This mouse actually was introduced for the first time in 2020, but after, for example, um, so yeah, now it's 2024, so it's redesigned again, and people are trying to buy it more and more than before. So if you are interested and if you want to actually buy it, so it's very good to try your chance and buy this one, and because this is actually you are paying one money for two things, because you have a mouse which can connect with the Bluetooth, and which can connect with the USB at the same time. So you have two options when you want to connect your mouse with your device, and maybe they are not actually so many devices like this, because there are some devices that can connect with Bluetooth only, and also there are some devices that can connect with USB only. And uh, this and what this device actually have is something that you can just only find on this device. And also there is a barcode behind the device, which is actually you can scan it, and for example, we can get some information about installing the software. If, for example, you connected to your computer and the device driver was not recognized by the system, or for example, when um, you want to actually get some information about how to use this, or I don't know. I heard that maybe it has some special remotes for the mobile phones or tablets, so you can download that and also use in your device. Yeah, anyway, but remember that only today with very special price for 24,000 won you can buy this. And after this day, you are not gonna be um, able to buy this device anymore, and so you have to actually remember that this is a very special chance to use this. So I mean, yes, it's very good to use this chance. It's a great chance. And buy this device and use it in the future. So thank you so much for watching this live, and um, yes, there are some people who joined us, but they're not actually chatting right now. So I can understand that, for example, if you're interested in this device or not, and yeah, anyway. And also, I try to connect it with my computer and show you the computer actually, I wanted monitoring the computer actually at the same time for you guys, but actually maybe with the program I actually trying to make a live video editing is not all that, so I cannot actually continue uh, doing that. So anyway, thanks for joining this live. Thanks for coming today and watch this live, and what actually uh, I explained to you is something that I explained myself. So because I am using the same device at the same time, so I can say that it was a very good experience for me using the Samsung actually devices for the first time. Because I haven't actually used those things in my life, never ever. So this is the first time that I'm using this brand, and this brand actually is not a very simple one that's gonna be which some people think that's gonna be in the disagree in the future. It's one of the actually biggest companies in the world that is actually trying to uh, mix it actually with some actually trying to actually grow up and connect with other companies and be bigger in the future. So by your bot actually that can be happen for your country and can help the society be better in the future also. So with actually buying one mouse, so everything is it can be also be solved. Like you can actually have the can actually have the mouse, and you can actually go for example connect to the USB and boot at the same time, and also yeah, there are smooth buttons like the side buttons and left hand buttons kind of thing. So actually, you are contribute in your country's future, like by supporting those kind of companies which are big like Samsung. So anyway, thank you so much for joining this live today. Thank you for coming. And I think that yes, you are actually very, very perfect, and I can just say thank you for coming to live and joining live today. Yes, see you in actually future another time. Maybe some other time I'm gonna have live about some bags and shops, or how we can buy bags in Korea and which platform we will. And also, I didn't actually um, tell you guys about where you can buy this. Actually, you can buy this in anyone's on the internet, maybe you cannot find it now in Samsung because or its version just come out on the 2024, people can use that as well. But now they are actually buying the things, so uh, I think it's a great idea, yes, for everyone, for me or other people that who are trying to use this anyway. So my camera also doesn't have charge. So maybe it's time to say goodbye, and thank you so much for actually coming to my live today. Thank you so much. Goodbye.